Hello, my dear friends. I welcome everyone to this Wisdom Weekend sessions from Pyramid Valley International. So there are a lot of new members who have been joined here. So let me just say you, Pyramid Valley is one of the biggest pyramids in Bangalore, built solely for meditation. And Pyramid Valley International is the international headquarters of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement. And our founder, Brahmarshi Patriji, is been continuously teaching about meditation, pyramid power, vegetarianism, and spiritual science. So, on behalf of Pyramid Valley, we have been organizing Wisdom Weekend sessions. And today, for our session, we have Mr. Pradeep Vijay from Singapore. And Pradeep Vijay was born in 1982 and migrated to Australia in 2005. In 2008, he learned about meditation, and through the guidance of Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji, he started going deep into meditation. So with that, he understood his life purpose on this earth, and from 2010 onwards, he's been teaching this breath meditation. He has conducted numerous divine crystal oneness meditation workshops and spiritual science conferences throughout the world. He has been doing tireless work by spreading this word of breath meditation in Europe and a lot of South Asian countries. He has been visiting different countries, I say about 20 plus countries, and teaching meditation for the betterment of the humanity. I welcome Pradeep Vijay to take over the session.
Okay. Thank you,
Welcome,
Shalini.
Pradeep.
Thank you, Shalini. So thank you and namaste to all the participants. We welcome you. Today's topic is understanding our 7 bodies and going through the self-healing process. Okay, friends. So let us understand. These are all something very interesting and very important that we understand our own 7 bodies we have. And the first one is the physical, and the second is the etheric, and the third is the astral, the fourth is the mental body, and the fifth, the causal, the sixth is the buddhic, and the seventh is the nirvanic. So these are the 7 bodies we all have, my dear friends. So what we see through your physical eyes is your physical body. So how these 7 bodies operate, and what are the significance, and why understanding of our 7 body system is important for our spiritual evolution. So let us go through a little bit into the 7 bodies. Now you might ask a question, how the 7 bodies, all the 7 bodies can be inside this physical? We can see only physical, but how all these 7 bodies are inside? So just an illustration, like we have a glass of water, and in the glass of water you add a teaspoon of some teaspoons of sugar. So the sugar dissolves in the water. You cannot see the sugar, but the sugar is in the water. But if you add a teaspoons of sand, then it doesn't dissolve. So that is a chemical property, because for the sugar, the molecules of the sugar gets dissolved into the molecules of the water. So in other words, in the molecules of the water, there are a lot of spaces. There's a lot of empty space within the H2O molecule. So these atoms and molecules of the sugar takes up the space of the water. Again, you add a few spoons of salt to it. Again, the salt dissolves. So first you added sugar, and then again you added salt. Again, the salt also gets dissolved. So now the water has both sugar and salt together. So similarly, all our 7 bodies are within. There is a lot of space. There is a lot of space within us. There is a lot of space within our each and every cell of our body. So all the 7 bodies are intertwined within our physical body. And the first body is the physical body. So the physical body is made up of physical matter, which is the flesh and the bones. And pretty much you can see it with your physical eyes. And this is the only body which requires rest. It requires food and rest for its well-being. And the second body is the etheric body. Some people call it the energy body. Either it is an energy body or etheric body, both are one and the same. So this etheric body is all over, interlapping on our physical body. So it consists of energy tubes. We have more than 72,000 energy tubes crisscrossing all over body. And in Sanskrit, they call it as nadis. And this is responsible for our sensation. And our chakra system is in this etheric body. And etheric body is a link between the first body and the third body. Etheric body is the second body. So it is etheric body is the link, is the energy link between the physical and the astral. And also the other significance of the etheric body is all our karmas are also stored in our etheric body. So we are going to understand about the self-healing process, and we'll be going through the chakra system and the physical healing and the emotional healing and the psychological healing, and it all relates to all these. But when our physical healing mainly happens in the etheric and through the physical. So this is the significance of the etheric body. And the third is the astral body. So our astral body, we we do astral travel every day in night. In night, when we go to sleep, we get dreams. So you will be lying down. Your physical body is lying down on the bed, but in the dreams you will be going and meeting somebody, meeting your friends, speaking to somebody, or doing a lot of activities in your dream. So who is doing that? Your body is lying on the bed, but who is doing all those things? It is you, but in the astral form. So during the sleep, your astral body comes out, and your astral body goes into the dream worlds. So our astral journey, there are two ways we can experience the astral journey. One is through the dreams, and the other way is the dreams is an unconscious astral journey, but there is a conscious way you can do the astral journey. So that is through meditation. The more and more you do meditation, the more consciously you can do astral travel. That is also possible in meditation. And the astral body takes the shape of the physical body. It follows the form, it takes the shape of the physical body. And it is made up of matter, a fine matter. It's called astral matter. And it is this astral body which is, it is through this body we experience all the emotions and desires. And the people who have astral vision, they can able to see this body. Some people, they have the gift of seeing the departed souls. You know, after they vacate the body, some people can see the departed souls. So they have this gift of having this astral vision, so they can see the people also in the astral body. And going to the next one, so the mental body. So the mental body is made up of thought forms. You can see there are two images in the screen. In the bottom image, you can see there is a picture of a man sitting and reading something. But in the above, you can see just a fog, just a smoke. So for the people who have a very good mental development, so they have a very clear mental body. But for the people whose mental development is not so perfected, then the mental body is in a little bit foggy smoke. And how do we know this? So who researched this? Is there a lot of researchers? They are called metaphysical researchers. If you read a lot of theosophical books by Leadbeater and Annie Besant, you know, these are the people, they are scientists, especially the Leadbeater's book. If you read the Leadbeater's book of, you know, the astral planes and devakanic planes, so you will see that, you know, they consciously, they meditate and they go into that worlds, they go into the mental worlds. And they see that some people, they have a very clear form. Some people, their form is not so clear. So they do the research. And because of their research, we understand it. Now, it is very simple. If we are in the physical body, then we are in the physical world. So if you are in the astral body, then you are in the astral world. If you are in the mental body, then you are in the mental world. So that is how we operate. And this mental body is much more finer than the astral body and the causal body. The causal body is sometimes what we call it as our true home, right? So this is the body where which resides in the causal worlds, and this is the source of all our wisdom and knowledge. All the knowledge and the wisdom we have is after we gain a lot of experiences in the physical world, and we gain a lot of experiences in the astral world, and we gain a lot of experiences in the mental world. So all our experiences gets deposited into the causal body in the causal worlds. And sometimes we call it as, our permanent. This is our permanent. Our physical is temporary. Our etheric is temporary. Like once you go through the physical death, we drop the physical body, and also we drop the etheric body. And then we go into the astral worlds with the astral body. Again, we go through the second death in the astral worlds. So you drop the astral body and you go to the mental worlds in the mental body. So after some time, you again go through the mental death, and finally you go to the causal worlds. So the causal body is our permanent body. So there is no death for the causal body. It is our true home, right? And so the people who are highly developed, the souls who are very highly developed, they have this soul, they have this spark radiating with multiple colors in the causal worlds. And undeveloped souls, they don't have much colors, so they're almost invisible. So when you go to the causal worlds, if you see the souls radiating, shimmering with bright light, then you can very much understand they are very evolved souls. And the next is the Buddhic and the Nirvanic bodies. And these are the bodies everybody has. But for a person who has not yet realized his true potential, in other words, for the person who has not yet started his enlightenment process, for him, the Nirvanic body and the Buddhic body is very much dormant. So it's just like a balloon, A balloon is a piece of rubber. So if you don't blow the air, it's just a piece of rubber. But when you blow the air, then the balloon takes its shape. So similarly, everybody has Buddhic and Nirvanic bodies. But once a person comes into meditation, then their Buddhic and the Nirvanic bodies, they get perfected. And once their bodies starts getting perfected, or once their body starts developing, then they go through supracausal worlds, beyond causal worlds. So in each physical incarnation, so we take up with a new mental body, new astral body, new etheric body, and new physical bodies. So every time we come back to the earth in every reincarnation, so we have 4 new bodies along with us. It's just like a schoolboy going to a new grade, right? So after he graduates from a 3rd standard, then he goes to a 4th standard. So when he goes to the new grade, then he gets new textbooks, a new school bag, and he gets everything new. So similarly, whenever we incarnate, these are the 4 new bodies we get. So just to summarize what I have shared, so this is the journey. You can see first we are in the earth now, and after the physical death, we go to the astral plane. So when we are in the earth, we are in the physical body. So after the physical death, we drop the physical body and the etheric body. Both the bodies we drop on the earth. Then we go to the astral plane. When we are in the astral plane, that means we are in the astral body. So we live for a certain amount of time in the astral worlds, going through a lot of astral experiences and learning a lot of astral lessons. And after a while, we go through the second death. So in total, there are 3 deaths in each incarnation. In each incarnation cycle, we go through 3 deaths, my dear friends. So the first death, we go in the physical world. And the second death, we go in the astral world. So every time we go through a death process, that means we are just dropping the outer body. The outermost body, we drop it. So in the second death, in the second astral death, we drop our astral body. So now the physical is gone, the etheric is gone, Now the astral is also gone with the second death. So now we are in the fourth body, the mental body. So if when you are in the mental body, that means you are in the astral plane. Sorry, when you are in the mental body, you are in the mental plane. Again, you go through a lot of experiences, learning process in the mental planes, and after a while, you go through a mental death. So when you go through a mental death, so you drop your mental body, and then the soul goes back to the home, which is the causal plane. And again, from the home, the soul comes back again to the physical, that is called reincarnation. So you can see this from the causal plane, the reincarnation happens to the earth. But for the souls who are evolved, who practice meditation and who do a lot of service and good karma, then they go beyond the causal, which is the Buddhic and the Nirvanic planes. So this is how the we understand the seven bodies and the life after death process, my dear friends. And every time we incarnate, as I told you, we take up four new bodies. So every time we incarnate, we take a lot of choices. We go through a detailed planning with the help of our spirit guides. We go through a detailed planning with our spirit guides. Then we see all the possibilities. We make all the choices. So the choice of the nation, the family status, the health, and the parents. Some parents are conscious and some parents are unconscious. So we choose everything according to the lessons we need to learn and according to the karmic baggage we have. And the choices we make also, as I told you, includes our parents, and also our parents chooses because of the karmic connections we have with our parents, and also the time and the place, and then which schools we attend, and what kind of homes we are going to live in. Are we going to live in a loving home, or we are going to live in a happy family, or a family with a lot of challenges, with turmoil, and all the relationships we have, what all the relationships you are going to have with everybody. So all this planning happens. So this planning fundamentally happens to best utilize uh, every possible scenarios and situations, so that the ultimate aim why we are here on the planet earth is to learn the lessons and for the soul evolution. So the more we learn the lessons, the more our soul evolves. So how do we learn our lessons? So we learn our lessons through challenges. So the more the challenges we face, the more we learn lessons, and the more the lessons we learn, the more the evolution of the soul happens, the soul expansion happens. Now, people go through challenges, everybody go through challenges, but a person who is aware, who has a certain degree of awareness, so he will start questioning why these things are happening to me in my life. So why me? So he starts questioning, and that questioning helps him to see the bigger picture, why certain things are happening to him. So he understands that he created this reality. So he created this reality, then what is the lesson he need to learn? So he doesn't want suffering. So he wants to be in joy. He wants to be in happiness. So what he needs to do? What are the lessons he need to learn? So it is through this challenge, with a degree of awareness, we have the possibility to learn our soul lessons. So that is the fundamental reason why every soul is born on the planet Earth, is for the soul expansion, is to learn the lessons. We take a brief pause to for ask any questions. Do you have any questions? Then probably we'll take it, we'll consolidate it, and then we'll go to the next session.
Yes, Pradeep. So, my dear friends, who would like to speak, you can please raise your hand.
Because it is very important you ask the questions, and unless you ask the questions, you will not be able to consolidate the things, and one person asking a question helps all the other participants. So it is important you ask questions. So please go
Absolutely.
ahead, my dear friends.
We have Tejasvi here.
Yes.
Tejasvi, please, can you on your mic?
Yeah. Uh, Actually, I have some these things doubts like some people achieve these kind of this thing whatever the nirvana through mantras and meditation. I'm a bit confused. Which is the best way to achieve?
Okay, so first you have to understand what is meditation. So if somebody asks what is meditation, the very simple definition of meditation is zero mind, empty mind. So for a person who is having an empty mind, that means he is in a meditative state. So the very purpose of doing meditation is to empty the mind. So why we have to empty the mind? You see, we have a body, we have a mind, right? But we are not the body. We have a mind, but we are not the mind. So we get our body from our parents, but where do we get our mind from? We get the mind from our surroundings, the family you are born into, the society you are born into, right? The country you are born into, your culture, everything defines your mind. Your experiences are nothing but your mind, your surroundings. Your surrounding experiences forms your mind. For example, if you are born in a Muslim family, you have a Muslim mind. If you are born in an atheist family, you have an atheist mind. If you are born in a Buddhist family, you have a Buddhist mind. So your surroundings determine your mind, but you are not that, but you have that. So you are not your body, you are not your mind, then who are we? So we are pure consciousness, we are soul. So that much we are aware of, right? So how do you connect to your own self? So how do you connect to your own self? So we have the body, we have the mind, and then we have the soul, right? So
Yeah.
first you have to still your body. First you have to still your body. When you still your body, then your mind becomes active. So when you still your mind, then you reach your soul. So we have four eyes. We have four eyes. The first eye is our physical eyes. Both our eyes are the first eye. So when you close your first eye, then your second eye becomes active. Your second eye is nothing but your imagination, your mind's eye, right? So through your imagination also you can see a lot of things. So your second eye becomes active. So again, when you observe the breath, what we do in meditation, you observe the breath. So when you observe the breath, you cut the thoughts again and again and again. You cut the thoughts, your mind becomes more and more empty. So when your mind is becoming empty, you are closing your second eye. So when your first eye is closed, your second eye is closed, then your third eye opens. We all have a third eye. So using this third eye, you see the metaphysical things. And more you do meditation, then the third eye perfection happens. So when the third eye perfection happens, then the fourth eye opens, which is your wisdom eye. So this is what happens in the meditation process, right? So reaching the fourth eye is nirvana, right? So when you're able to open your wisdom eye and just understanding the very process of the creation, you understand everything about you and everything in the creation. So that is nirvana. But when you're chanting a mantra, so your question is, what is the difference between a meditation and a mantra? So when you're chanting a mantra, you are using your mind, isn't it?
Yes.
Without using your mind, you cannot chant a mantra. So mantra has its own benefits. Mantra is nothing but a sound, a sacred sound, energy, vibration. So when you repeat a particular mantra continuously in a loop, when you repeat a particular mantra, it helps you to calm down your mind. But still you are using the mind because you are repeating the mantra. So it helps you to calm down the mind, but it doesn't help you to empty the mind. But unless you empty the mind, you cannot go beyond the mind, which is your soul. So you can use mantras to clear the space around you or to calm your mind, but it doesn't help you for the self-realization. For the self-realization, you need to connect yourself, which is your soul. So through mantras, you can help yourself probably to relax, to calm down. But the nirvana happens only through meditation, and that is the science behind it.
Sure.
Okay?
That's a elaborated explanation. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you understood.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank
All right, so let us go to the next question.
Thank you, Tejasvi. So we do have Gaurav now with us. Gaurav, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Namaste. Thank you, Shalinji. Uh, Namaste, Master Pradeep. It's very wonderful to. I put an intent to learn all this, and this happened now, and it manifested now. Master, I have this issue that I realized from the learning perspective that we have these bodies, and then in one of these bodies we have the karma stored. And then in the reincarnation plane, we have chosen our relations, even our challenges, based on our karmic package and the lessons to be learned. Now, one way I have learned over last couple of months, and I have been doing a lot of chanting since my very younger age, over last 20-25 years of Ram Nam, and that has been quite revealing that meditation has its own fundamental place in this process. My question here is, uh, sometimes life gets so stuck and stressed out despite the best we can do about a given challenge. Only thing that we reach to an end is either resigning to the situation as if it is destiny, or as if it is something I have to live with. Now, the problem is that despite doing that, we are not able to consciously be aware of what is the lesson. The suffering remains, but suffering is not the lesson. Suffering is totally not in the equation. Now, is there a way how I can selectively go to those planes to really review this process of why this, so that I can hasten my process efficiently to process this challenge in this present situation with a person, with a situation in a professional area, maybe financial area, or in a relation area, because the other person seems like a stone. You
Okay,
have,
I understood, Gaurav, your
yes,
question.
sir.
I understood. So you don't need to go through any planes because all your bodies are within you right now. So right now you are a 7-body system.
Hmm.
So with awareness, you can definitely understand what are the lessons to learn, what are your blocks, where does your blocks are, okay, and how to decode it and how to learn it. And especially you are speaking about relationships.
Yes.
So we are going to speak in detail in the next session about in the chakra system in the self-healing process. So I would suggest you will get all your answers in the next session, what we are going to do today and tomorrow.
Right.
But if you still have any questions, I would recommend you to ask towards the end of our discussion tomorrow. So by
Yes.
the end of tomorrow, you will have answers to all the questions you have asked.
Thank you,
Okay.
Master.
Yeah, but one thing to remember is you don't need to go to any planes up there. You
Right.
just need to be aware, and the understanding comes from within because we are all the 7-body systems within.
Because I do meditation and I see through the books written by Dr. Newton and Patriji. I met Shalini ji there at PSSM Bangalore towards the end of March or so. And I have been meditating since then. Some of the moments have been very elating, deeply relaxing perhaps. I had visions also. But that question or the solution to my present life situations are yet to be really decoded, so that I can really take it to a practical plane of
That is,
actualization.
yeah, that is the very reason we are doing this workshop, so that people can really relate the spiritual aspects to their day-to-day life.
Yes, sir.
Because at the end of the day, what is spirituality, right? Is if the spirituality is not helping you in your day-to-day life, then what is the use of spirituality?
Perhaps.
So that is the very reason we are organizing this session, this self-healing process, so that we integrate the spiritual learning into our day-to-day practical life.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you, Gaurav. So you will get all these questions. You just keep watching. Okay. Thank you. So the next question.
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. So before stepping into the next question, Pradeep, we have few members who have put the questions in the question
Mhm.
answer tab. So Mr. Vishu, he's asking, in which body do we experience dreams?
Astral body.
Okay. So I think Vishu, you are here and you can just go on with the answer. And another person has asked about meditation. Can you please explain the reason behind clasping the hands and sitting cross during the sitting with the cross legs due to the meditation?
Okay. So the very fundamental scientific reason of clasping the hands and crossing the feet is, see, when you clasp your hands and cross your feet, so there is you are in a lock posture, right? Everything is locked. Your hands are locked. Your feet is locked. So in this lock posture, there is no leakage of energy. So during meditation, we receive more and more cosmic energy, right? So when you're keeping your hands like this, okay, in whatever way, when you're keeping your hands apart and legs apart, so you lose a certain amount of energy constantly, we lose a lot of energy through our feet and through our fingers. But when you clasp it and lock it, so this is called a lock posture. So in this lock posture, there is a body bioenergy circuit which happens. So because of the circuit, there is no leakage of energy. So before we meditate, we have to make sure there is no leakage of energy. And in this lock posture, there is no leakage of energy, and we get maximum energy in meditation. So this is the scientific reason for this posture. And also this posture is a posture of stability. So the more you are in the lock posture, the more quickly you can go beyond the body.
Yeah, another question from him. For those who do not dream or meditate, do they still experience the astral body? I don't see too many dreams when I sleep.
You might be consciously aware of it or not aware of it, but everybody experiences astral journey in their sleep. Some people, they cannot recollect their dreams. It doesn't mean they're not going through their dreams. They're having a very subtle remembrance, or they can have a subtle recollection. So for your question, everybody experiences astral journey during their sleep.
Thank you, Pradeep. So he has posted another question. So we'll just see into it also. I struggle with meditation. That said, I am able to look for the lessons to be learned during challenging times and process those lessons too. What are your thoughts on that?
Just wait. Today and tomorrow we are going to speak more about it.
Yes.
And your questions will be answered.
Yes. So for
Anybody
the next question,
else?
we have Anup here. Anup Luther, you can on your mic.
Hello,
Yes, please go ahead.
am I audible? Yeah. Hi, thank you for the wonderful session and the insights. I have a very specific question that how there are lots of challenging situations in the life, right? And how do you identify the real issue, which is basically actually trying to unravel itself, right? And how do you actually integrate it within your current day-to-day learning so that you can actually permanent fix the issue, right?
Anup, yes, Anup. So that is our next topic. But this question answer session is for to consolidate what we have discussed so far about the seven body system and about the life and death cycle process. So your question will be answered: how to identify it, and how to process it, and how to integrate it. So that we will discuss in the next. And there is the simple answer is meditation. The more you do meditation, the more you will be able to identify it, the more you will be able to process it, the more you will be able to integrate it. That's a very simple answer, but I'll take you into a structured journey where you will understand a little more deeper in the next session, the next topic.
Well, we have also seen that using a PLR, which actually we have heard of Dr. Newton, that he has been carrying it out with lots of people. That is one of the ways of doing it, right? But I think that is a kind of guided thing, right? Where you require an outsider's
Yes.
help to do it.
See, for the identification process, you can go through a therapist, right? With the therapist, you can identify what is the root cause. He will take you to the therapist will take you to the mother's womb, or the therapist will take you to a past life to see what is the root cause of it. So that helps in identification. And there are certain techniques which helps you to process, but the integration has to be done by only you. The therapist cannot help you to identify the soul lesson. Only you know what is the soul lesson. Nobody else knows what is your soul lesson. So that's where meditation plays a very, very important role. The role of a therapist is very limited. The role of a therapist is to help you identify. The role of a therapist is to educate you about the self-healing process. A therapist cannot heal you. Nobody can heal you, but the therapist can guide you to heal yourself. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Anup. So, Pradeep, we have another question from Dhuru. Dhuru, can you on your video?
I just wanted to ask, while sitting in the meditation, why we are sleeping in that time? I'm getting not the good thoughts.
Okay. So sleep is very much part of meditation. So even to sit in meditation, you need a minimum amount of cosmic energy. You need a minimum amount of energy even to sit in meditation. So for the people who have a lot of stress and who go through a lot of thoughts, anxiety, and they are too busy in their work, doing a lot of multitasking, restless people, so they deplete a lot of energy. So for them, when they sit in meditation, So they naturally go into sleep. That is not a normal sleep. That is a meditation induced sleep. In Sanskrit, it is called yoga nidra, right? So that is
Okay.
that is the highest quality sleep. So what happens during that sleep? So your body recharges very fast. So when your body recharges very fast during that sleep, and after your body recharges, then automatically you wake up. So you don't need to worry about the sleeping during
Because
meditation. If
always
you're
I feel that
if
sitting
you
for
are
2.5 hours.
let me complete, madam. So if you are sleeping during meditation, you have to understand your energy body is very depleted. So you have to do more and more meditation. And if you feel sleepy, sleep happily. Don't feel guilty about it. Sleep happily. And once you recharge your body, automatically you come out of the sleep, and automatically your awareness comes back to your breath. You see the difference between a normal sleep and the sleep in meditation. See, in the normal sleep, you don't know you are sleeping. You are unaware that you are sleeping in the normal sleep. But in the meditation sleep, you perfectly know that you are sleeping. You are conscious of your sleep, right? So don't feel bad about it. Sleep happily, but make sure after you come out of the sleep, you continue meditation. If you don't continue meditation, then every time you sit, you will be only sleeping. You will be only recharging and recharging, coming out. That's all. You will not go forward in your meditation journey. So
Correct.
the indication that you are sleeping in your meditation means you need to do more meditation, and don't feel guilty about it. It is a very natural process. All the beginners of meditation, they go through this sleep.
Yeah, not beginner actually. It's very long, but now I started this. It was not before. I used to sit 2.5 hours, but nowadays I don't know why it's like that.
So you see, there are so many factors because of the
And
stressful lifestyle, thinking, and the surroundings. Everything impact us. So sleep happily and do more meditation. That's the mantra.
thank you, Pradeep. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhuru. So, can we go for another question, Pradeep?
Yes, yes. We will complete all the questions. Whatever we have discussed so far, we'll consolidate it. We'll discuss about the science of meditation. We'll discuss about the 7 bodies. And then after we consolidate this, then we go into the chakra system, the healing process.
Yes, yes. So, another question. Mr. Raghav, he has asked ways to enhance meditation. Sometimes it becomes boring.
Yes, there are many ways to enhance your meditation. Number one, you can use pyramids. When you're using the pyramids have more cosmic energy. Pyramids generate more energy. So it is 3 times more powerful. And also you can meditate with the crystals, and also group meditation. See, for an individual to meditate by his own self, he needs a lot of willpower. But the group meditation has such a beautiful energy when you are part of the group. So automatically you are pulled into that spirit, you are automatically pulled into that motivation, into that discipline. So wherever there is a group meditation, you please join the group meditation. And the group energy helps you to progress further in your meditation, especially to be disciplined and to be more sincere and serious. I think the group meditation plays a very important role. And nature meditation, wherever you have an opportunity to be in the nature, whether it can be a waterfalls, a ocean, a beach, or trees, woods, forest, anywhere. So do meditation in the nature, and that enhances. So these are the ways you can help yourself to have a more interesting meditation journey, right? But one thing is for sure, only if you are sincere, right? Only if you have the real, what is sincerity? Sincerity means there is a real desire within you to do meditation. There is a very authentic, there is an authentic feeling that you have to meditate, and you have to evolve, you have to come out of all your sufferings, and you have to be a better version of yourself. So that if you have that authentic desire, then nobody can stop you, then you will keep yourself motivated. So sincerity is very, very important. And once you have sincerity, then the group meditation, the nature meditation, the pyramid meditation, the crystal meditation, all these things adds on to it.
Yes. Thank you, Pradeep. So, we have another person who has asked, do we need anything other than the meditation to reach the Buddhic body?
You need to understand the science. You need to understand the spiritual science. Meditation, meditation, and understanding the spiritual science. You have to be scientific. You need to have the scientific temper. What is scientific temper? Scientific temper means your ability to experiment yourself. You should not blindly believe others. Yes, you listen to everybody. You read a lot of books. You listen to all the senior masters, but don't believe anybody blindly. You have to do an experiment, and only your own experiment gives you your own experiences, and your own experiences gives you your enlightenment. So along with meditation, you have to be you have to have a scientific temper. So when you do meditation and have a scientific temper, nobody can stop you from becoming enlightened. Your enlightenment is confirmed.
Yes. So we do have the person from Vietnam. So she has put a question. Can you talk again about the last healing? One is physical, two is emotional, and what is the third one?
Psychological,
Yeah, so she's here
mental,
with us.
mental. Hi, Chico.
Hi, Brady.
Yeah.
Mental, because I cannot hear clearly that. So first is physical, two is emotional, and the last is mental.
Yeah, psychological. So in other words, you can say, so we all understand the physical. So we all understand the emotions and also the psychological. Psychological means having a crystal clear clarity, having the crystal clear clarity. You see, our intellect, we all have intellect. What is intellect? Intellect is the distilled, the essence of all our experiences becomes our intellect.
Yeah.
But half intellect is always dangerous. So with the half intellect, we misunderstand a lot of things.
Yes.
So when we go through that part where we are having this understanding of the bigger picture, and we are more and more doing meditation. So in this meditation, you are having this capacity to be a witness. You are in the witness consciousness. So the more you are in the witness consciousness, the more the judgments goes away. So all the judgments goes away, right? So when all the judgments goes away and you are in the pure witness consciousness, then then your mental healing is happening, right? So you become a complete person. You don't use your mental, half mental to judge. So with that is also healing. So body, emotional, and then mental.
Yes, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we have Vishwanath with us. Vishwanath, please on your mic. Yes, please go ahead.
Hello, Pradeep sir.
Hi, Vishnu.
So my question is, like I've heard that before anything is manifested into the physical body, it is first created in the astral plane. That is one of the question, and I saw in your presentation that there was in mental body there are two forms. One is the form of fog, and other in like strong physical state. So how do we develop a mental body if it is not stable or weak?
Okay, so for your first question, you're asking about the illness, right? So before the illness manifests in the physical body, so it already the energy distortion happens in the energy body, right? So first the energy body goes through energy depletion. So once the energy body goes through the depletion, it manifests as illness in the physical. Okay, so that's not something in the astral and the physical, it's in the energy and the physical, in the energy body, and then it comes to the physical body. Okay, so that's the first part of your question. Then the second part, you're asking, how do I develop my mental body? So when you read more books, when you develop the scientific temper, the more and more you develop the scientific temper, the more and more you develop your ability to understand the essence of the things. You see, in simple terms, mental body is not something, a person who goes through a lot of PhDs, a person who is doing a lot of research, a person who is more educated. It doesn't mean his mental body is developed. No, it doesn't mean that. So when we say somebody's mental, somebody has a very healthy mental state, when do we say somebody has a very good mental body means if the person's ability to connect the dots, and see the bigger picture, so then we say, yes, he has a very good mental body. So connecting the dots means able to see why things are happening in your life and what is the bigger understanding, what is the bigger purpose of why you have taken this birth, what is the purpose of your life and what you need to do. So that is connecting the dots and seeing the bigger picture. So life gives us a lot of hints. Life gives us plenty of hints, and your ability to connect the hints and to see the bigger picture is your mental capacity. So the more you have the scientific temper, the more you read spiritual books, and the more you have the discerning, your capability to have the discernment. What is discernment? Discernment is your ability to see what is right and what is not right. So that is discernment. So the more you develop these qualities, the more you develop your mental body.
And sir, coming back to my first question, like if we, due to energy distortion, the illness or something will be, will experience it in our physical body. So if so, how can we heal it, or how to identify it in the first place, and how to heal it if we are experiencing it?
So that is our next topic.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vishu. So Pradeep, we have another question in the tab.
Mhm.
So the person hasn't posted his name. So he says, do we get bad experiences after meditation? I just started meditation, and after a few days of it, I felt immense energy, like whirling. But next 2 days, there was intense fear. So much fear, I was sweating in my sleep. I couldn't sleep for 2 days. I had to fight for it. Why was that? Is it normal?
It's very normal. When you begin meditation, what happens? You start to receive more and more cosmic energy. So when you receive more and more cosmic energy, what happens? All the negative things, all the negative energies within your body comes to the surface. It is a way of cleansing the process. So before you can experience the nectar of your own self, you have to release all the poison, all the unwanted from your own self. So this happens to almost all the people. So when they start their meditation journey, they go through all the things. They go through a lot of fear, they go through a lot of frustration, they go through a lot of illness, everything they go through. So that is the time you have to understand that there is a cleansing process which is happening. So you should not stop meditation during that process. You should continue more and more meditation, because the cleansing process is happening. Once the cleansing process is finished, then you will experience the nectar of your own self. Then you will understand the beauty of meditation. So it is very natural. It is perfectly all right. So you continue meditation.
Yes, thank you, Pradeep. So there's another interesting question. How can I attain very quickly the deep state of meditation?
There is no shortcut, right? There is only sincerity and seriousness. What is sincerity? As I explained to you before, when you are authentic of what you want, you are really authentic. It comes from your heart that I really need to do meditation. That means you are sincere. So the more you are sincere and the more you are serious. What is serious? What is seriousness? Seriousness means you are sincere every single day until you get what you want. So that is seriousness. So when you have this sincerity and seriousness, and you will reach whatever the states your soul desires, you will reach that state. But that is the only way. If you don't have the sincerity and if you don't have the seriousness, you will not get anything what you want, whether it is spiritual, metaphysical, or even physical. Even for physical things, even if you want to earn money, even you want material things, you have to be sincere and serious. So without sincerity and seriousness, you will not get anything. And please don't look for shortcuts in spirituality. If you look for shortcuts in spirituality, you sooner or later, you will learn a very tough lesson that you should never look for shortcuts. You should look for straight cut. A straight cut means having sincerity and seriousness. And there are many people who look for shortcuts. They're happy to pay some money for some healer to heal them. They're happy to make some donation to some gurus or some ashrams so that they get some benefit in return or they evolve spiritually. That is not the case. In spirituality, there is no shortcut. In spirituality, there is only straightforwardness, which is sincerity and seriousness. I hope I answered this question.
Yes, Pradeep. So we have another last question. If reincarnation is at causal body, how will you be able to reach the Buddhic body?
For most of the people, they reincarnate from the causal body because their Buddhic and Nirvanic bodies are not yet developed. Because their Buddhic and Nirvanic bodies are not yet developed, their reincarnation happens only from the causal level, they come back to the physical. So from the causal, they take a new physical body, new etheric body, new astral body, new mental body. So with these 4 bodies, they again reincarnate, choose a mother on the planet Earth, and they are born. But for the people who are more evolved, so they reincarnate. For example, a person is evolved and he has reached the nirvanic level. So his reincarnation happens from the nirvanic level. And if a person who's reached the Buddhic level means a highly enlightened person, like a Gautam Buddha, like a Jesus Christ. So when he incarnates as an avatar from the Buddhic level. Okay. So according to your own soul evolution, you reincarnate from that level. But for most of the people, the reincarnation happens from the causal.
So it's just very interesting to know about the different bodies, and just with this session 1, to the half part of the session, people have come up with so many questions. So I'm happy that it's been cleared, so they can, with so much of little more knowledge, they can go to the next.
Okay, so great.